Hello there, my name's Gary Sims and this is Gary Explains. Now, as you know, I make YouTube videos. I've made hundreds of YouTube videos, and that means for me that I often have to brush up my skills on any particular subject, whether it's generative AI, whether it's Bluetooth, whether it's coding in C, whether it's Python, whether it's a chip CPU design, GPU design, all the subjects that I've covered here. I need to learn things, I need to remember things that I've learned in the past. Now, really, any computer enthusiast, any technology enthusiast, in fact, anybody who is still wanting to develop themselves personally, you need to learn new things. Whether you're into history or geography or science or culture or whatever it is, you need to learn more and more things. So in this video, I want to tell you 3 ways that you can learn things quicker. And these are things that I actually do myself and they actually work. So if you want to find out more, please let me explain. Now, before we go any further, I would like to thank Blinkist for sponsoring this video. Now, the first idea is that you can listen to audiobooks and you can watch videos at a higher speed than normal. So 1.5x, 1.25x and so on. And this is something I've personally been doing for years. A friend of mine told me, you know, you can listen to that faster and it will still make sense. No, it won't. That will just be high speed squeaking if I listen to it at faster speed. But actually, try it yourself. Put it at 1.5x and you'll still be able to receive the same amount of information. The brain is able to process it and you do it in a much shorter time. In fact, I was reminded of this by a tweet by John Carmack recently. Look at the date of that, just the 21st of March, where he shares that he actually listens to things at 1.5x like I do, but he wanted to try higher. He tried 1.75x, but it didn't work for him. But over the years, what he's done is every so few books, he's upped the speed by 0.1x. And that means now he's arrived at 1.9x. As a practical example of this, literally yesterday, I had about 10 minutes before I needed to go out. There was a YouTube video on my subscription list. It was 13 minutes long. I thought, I don't have time to watch this now. But actually, I ended up watching it at 1.5x. So it was in my 10-minute thing. I was able to listen to it, understand all of it, and then I was still able to go out within the correct time. So this is a great way of saving time by listening to audiobooks or watching videos at a higher speed, and your brain is still able to process the same information. The second way to learn things fast is by using Blinkist. So Blinkist is a service where they take non-fiction bestsellers and they distill it down into the key ideas. And it's perfect for curious people who love to learn and busy people who don't have time to read. The bite-sized chunks which cover the most important things are called blinks. And using those blinks, you can get the key ideas from non-fiction bestsellers in minutes, not in hours. They also have a new feature called Blinkist Connect, which allows every premium plan to be shared by 2 different accounts for free. Now with Blinkist, you can feed your brain while driving, commuting, working out, walking, or relaxing. And here you can see a screenshot of what it looks like on an actual device. You can listen to an audiobook version or you can read the text, getting the same key information in just a few minutes rather than in hours. And what are you interested in? Well, they have over 5,500 non-fiction books. Look at all the different things here: careers, politics, management, leadership, and I've highlighted here technology and the future. And if you click on that, they start to give you a list of popular titles. As soon as I saw that book there, Liftoff, Elon Musk and the desperate early days of the that launched SpaceX, I went in and I actually listened to that blink and I was able to get that early information about the Falcon 1 rocket and why Elon started the company and the troubles that he had. I won't spoil it for you. You should listen to that one or read it yourself. But it delivered the goods, and now I find I'm always a little proud. I've got this extra bit of information about about SpaceX, and actually it spurs me on that if you did one of these every day, or just on a commute, or while you're working out, or whenever you get a chance, you're really going to build up your knowledge about a whole bunch of different areas. And not only that, you can combine this with point number 1. So here you can see there's an audiobook version, that's what I listened to, of this book Liftoff, and it's at 1.0x, and in fact you can up that to 1.5x and so listen to it even quicker and you still get the same information. Sign up today and get a 25% discount off a premium plan. And as I said, that premium plan can be shared across 2 accounts for no extra cost. All starts by signing up for a 7-day free trial using the link in the description below. Now the third point is that you should take effective notes. Now I take notes all the time. This is my old notebook. You can see it's all been used here. This is my current one. I liked it because it's got these tabs on it. I have this on my desk with me all the time, and it's actually how, anything I'm doing, I write things down. Now I got this idea when I took my first software engineering job with Digital Equipment Corporation. That's DEC. That's the people that brought you VAX VMS and DEC Alpha, the 64-bit processor, and Ultrix and so much other stuff. Now, when I was working there, on the day of onboarding, they said, here's your notebook. Write everything down, all the decisions that you make, everything you do, you write it down, make a note, because it's the best way of having a record of what's going on. And then there were stories of cases where a design decision had been made, something had happened, an employee had left the company, but they kept their notebooks. That was the company rule. And so they went back into the archive, they got out their books, they flicked through it, they found the right place where they wanted, where they had the notes written, and they were able to solve the problem because it was written down. And I've been doing it ever since. So for many, many years, decades now, I've been writing things down. I try and tell some of my other software engineers, just write everything down. They go, yeah, I must start doing it. It's a habit. You have to form the habit. Now, there is a way of writing good notes, and there is a way of writing bad notes. Now, what I want to do is talk to you about the Cornell Notes method, named after the famous university, and that really does help you organize your notes in a good way. Okay, so if you start with a blank piece of lined paper here with a margin down the side, the way Cornell Notes works is that you write the title at the top. I would also recommend that you write the date, because that helps you know where you are in the notebook as you're flicking back and forth. And what you do is you draw a line down 1/3 from the margin, 1/3 of the space to the right of that, and then so it's 1/3 and 2/3, and then again at the bottom you have another line. So you divide it now into 3 sections. And so what you do on the right hand side, you write the main note, all the things that you want to write. On the left hand side you have some cues. They can be questions, they can be keywords, and they kind of provide an index into the main notes. You can draw lines in if you want to, you can write questions, you can talk about a particular keyword, Bluetooth, this is what Bluetooth mesh, and this is the thing, and you can point your little arrow in. And then at the bottom, you actually write in a summary. And they've done studies that showing that if you do the note taking in this kind of way, it actually improves your ability to learn and your ability to maintain information. Okay, so there is 3 ways, all of which I use personally. Watch things quicker. Your brain is so incredible. It's still able to process that information even when it's coming in at higher speed. Obviously, if it's in your mother tongue or a tongue that you are fluent, if it's in a language that you're struggling to understand at normal speed, then obviously that's not going to work. But in your mother tongue, your native language, that's going to work absolutely brilliantly. Secondly, use services like Blinkist, where you can get the key information that you need, and they deliver it to you, and you can get that information really quickly. Thirdly, take effective notes. Don't throw away your notebooks. Always have a notebook with you. You'll find it really, really useful. Okay, that's it. My name's Gary Sims. This is Gary Explains. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. If you like these kind of videos, then I invite you to stick around by subscribing to the channel. Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next one.